those Christmas trees. This one needs a few more ornaments. Our next guests reach millions of followers through their parenting communities, Life of Mom and Life of Dad, and together released a brand new book called Mom vs. Dad, the not-so-serious guide to the stuff we're all fighting about. Great title, great people. Please welcome to the show, Lucy and Tom Riles. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jason. Thanks so much for having us.
Hey, Jason.
No, thank you for being here because it's so funny, and I'm actually excited to talk to you guys. Admittedly, I am not a parent, and we're breaking our own rule, and that kind of leads into my first question. We have a joking rule here that we never talk about parenting because it's so divisive. Like, no matter what we say, there's, somebody's gonna be mad at us. I'm like, oh, don't do that. So my first question to the both of you is, and then I want to talk about the book, why are parents so hard on other parents and judgy online, which I'm sure you see?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Honestly, that's why I started Life of Mom to begin with. I found that there was a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment, and I found it coming from our own community. And I really wanted to create this community for moms to come on social media and feel safe and welcome and, non-judged. And Tom did a great job with Life of Dad.
On our end, with Life of Dad, it's only positive. And sorry about the dog barking.
Yeah.
We have kids in school in the other room.
It's the real life of a mom and dad. It's real. I love it. It's live TV. Yeah.
So we have with Life of Dad, it's all inspirational, positive content that we put out. That's our key. And just always pushing goodness into the world is all we do. And if we're talking about a divisive topic, which we will in the book, it's silly stuff. But the big stuff, Lucy and I agree on 100%.
Yeah.
And what
I think parenting is hard enough. I think, and everyone's family dynamics are so incredibly different and unique to themselves. So I think to be able to say, this is how you parent and this is what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that with parenting. It's a gray area. Everybody has their different.
It's chaos over here. We planned it out, but then everything went wrong.
This is my favorite live shot of the month. Do you need? I mean, if you need to take care of them, go ahead. Are you sure?
No, our kids are good. They're all signed on to their Zooms. It's our dogs. We have a 2-year-old Saint Bernard and a 8-year-old Black Lab, and they just decide.
It's all crumbling, Jason. We're not parenting gurus. It's all falling apart right now.
No, I love this. It's one I say it all the time. You guys know television. This is why I love TV. I love live TV for this very reason. Okay, guys, I'll try to sneak in a question here. The book is based on the podcast, but what's the format of the book? What do you hope people get out of it?
Sure. The book is it's based on the podcast, and it's about all the things that couples disagree about, and not just couples, but roommates, anyone you've ever lived with, parents and kid that you disagree about, and how a house is managed and run, etc. And we really dig into those things. Lucy and I disagree on everything you can imagine in the
when
world.
It comes to the small
it's kind
stuff.
of crazy. The small stuff, yeah.
The small stuff,
but then we hope the big picture is that people realize, the small stuff doesn't matter in this crazy time in the world. Let's just keep on loving each other.
Yeah, I want it to be nudge-worthy, Jason. I want couples, and yes, it says mom versus dad, but honestly, what we have found, anyone who's ever lived with someone will relate to these topics that we cover. And I just want people reading it being like, oh my gosh, you totally do this, or I want it to be a chance to hold on a second.
Okay, you go out there. We're getting in Zoom. Is this commercial break time, Jason?
Yeah.
What is it?
You know what? It's actually, we can't go to break yet, so I'll give you.
I don't want to.
Oh, this is, okay. We're not going to do a better show than this. This is my favorite segment.
I feel like the guy that did a new segment and his kids came and ran into the segment. I'm feeling that right now. I'm very
I don't apologize. This is why I love my job. This right here. What is you mentioned guys, this is a crazy time. Obviously, I think it's even harder on parents. Even though I don't have kids, I think of the parents. I come from a place of compassion for them. What are you seeing in your online communities? What's the biggest thing parents are dealing with that they're coming to you for advice for?
Yeah, I would say right now it's certainly the school thing is impossible. Like the one time of day of year when parents had downtime, hello, Katie, our youngest, was when they went to school. And now they don't go to school in a lot of areas of the country, right? And it makes it there's no free time. It's crazy.
Yeah, our kids haven't seen a classroom in 273 days. Who's counting? And I think for parents, it's really challenging. You know, we're trying to be really responsible. Like my son, I think he's had a total of 2 play dates in 8 months. So I think for us parents, you know, we feel what our kids feel. And when our kids struggle, you know, we struggle and we hurt for them. And I find that at least on Life of Mom, I can't speak for Life of Dad, but on the Life of Mom community, what I'm finding is moms just, you know, they want their kids, all we want are our kids to be safe, happy, and healthy. That's it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to keep them healthy, we have to hold them back from a lot of things that bring them joy. So that will affect their happiness. So I think like right now, I keep saying, we're surviving, we're not thriving.
Yeah.
8 months into this pandemic, we're just trying to get through it with love and compassion and understanding, but also understanding that we're all going to have tough days.
Yeah.
And it's really normal. And to kind of allow parents this platform and space to be like, hey, I had a tough day too.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for a great lesson on sacrifice. We're not done yet, guys. Good news though, Tom.
Yeah.
We're going to break right now.
Okay.
We're going to break.
I'm going to go try to check everybody.
Perfect. Lucy's going to do that. Tom's going to check the dogs. You're going to go get another cup of coffee, and when we come back, the other great things that they do when we come back. Back in a moment.
She's just a heaven-sent dog.
He's my best friend in the whole world, and I'm really happy to be doing this with him.
Never in a million years did I think I'd be able to travel the world with my dog.
I'm Lindsey Vaughn. I'm a gold medalist, but my real love is Leo, Bear, and Lucy.
In this competition, dogs
and their partners
are teammates on the most thrilling adventure of their lives.
Costa Rica!
Mexico!
Paris!
Here we go.
There's our girl. We're proud. Lindsey Vaughn. That's a clip from The Pack on Amazon Prime. It's basically The Amazing Race with a twist, and it features one of our guests. Tom and Lucy are back. Guys, let me just check in. How's everything? Are the dogs and the kids fine?
In this moment, we are surviving, not thriving, remember.
That's right. We are surviving, not thriving. All kidding. Okay, Lucy, this looks great. The production value, the game, you have a great host. I gave one little liner there. How does this work, though? What is the premise of the show?
Yeah, so it's Amazing Race, but with your dog. There is a grand prize, cash prize at stake at the end of it. So there's 12 teams. Each team is made up of half human, half dog. And I brought my very darling, charming, amazing 8-year-old Black Lab, Duchess, with me. Amazon called me up back in the fall of last year and said, hey, we need a mom for this show. I'm the only mom. We're the oldest female team going up against 11 incredibly talented, amazing dog-human duos. And we traveled the world competing. I can't tell you how far I got. You'll have to tune in to see. But I feel like Duchess and I really proved that you can teach an old dog, an old broad, new tricks.
Look at that.
I said if we had like taglines like the Real Housewives, that would be my tagline.
Yeah. Lucy, what was way harder in reality than what you thought on paper? You get the pitch, hey, they want a mom. What in reality was way harder?
So when they came to me, my initial thought was, how are these dogs going to be taken care of?
Yeah.
Which was immediately eased. They were like, this is Amazon. the dogs are going to be treated better than the humans. And I was okay with that.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever flew first class was thanks to Duchess, because we got first class seats. Amazon chartered a plane. So all the dogs they were just treated incredible. And so that was my first concern. So that was checked off. Then obviously leaving my kids, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have been for 10 years. Tommy's been, he's super hands-on, but he's the one that's going off to work. So my whole identity for a decade was these kids and staying home and doing everything. So to kind of remove myself and travel the world with my dog and not have access to them and what they're doing, I think was my own mental challenge. So when we were in all these countries doing all these little dog human challenges, I was also battling my own internal challenge. So definitely the hardest part was being away from my kids and kind of giving up that trust that he's got it taken care of. And he crushed it.
You crushed
he really
it.
did.
And Tom, you're a little busy too. You are the warm-up guy for a little show that some people might have heard of, The Ellen Show. For people that don't know, the life of a warm-up guy, what is it like?
It's an interesting world, especially now. So now we're dealing with virtual audiences and live audiences. Actually, Ellen is the first show nationwide that is back with live audiences. We have about 40 people in the audience. They all get COVID tested each day. And then we have virtual audience too. But, before the whole COVID thing, and it still is the best. Ellen has the biggest fans. They come from all around the world. This is the show they want to be at. They love her so much. So it's always been the warmest room, the most incredible room to work in, with A-list guests and amazing music stars and, of course, positive, beautiful stories that Ellen shares as well. So it's really been a dream job that keeps on going. I've been there for 16 years.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to ask 16. For you, you've been there 16?
I started season 2, so we're in season 18 now. So I've been there most of the way.
Incredible. Guys, this is just, and I mean this has been delightful. Please come back. Even if, you don't have a new book, please come back and visit us. I would really like that.
We would love it too, Jason. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for being so forgiving and understanding.
Oh, no forgiving needed. This was fantastic. Tom, Lucy, thank you. Their book, Mom vs. Dad, is available wherever books are sold. And The Pack is now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. That's great. We got to, Ted, write that down. We're submitting that for an Emmy next year. We're going to beat those opera people in Iowa.